The topic for today is the top 10 longest-running TV shows of all time. Streaming services like Netflix have drastically transformed how we experience entertainment, particularly television shows, during the last 2 decades. Full seasons of shows are published all on one day, providing fans immediate access to binge-watch the shows from beginning to end in a matter of hours, rather than waiting until the following week to find out what happens to their favorite character. According to research, 82% of American homes subscribe to a paid video streaming service, indicating that this limitless access to the material has had a substantial influence on cable television. Primetime television has failed to keep up with the increased competition. Despite this, a few television shows have endured the test of time and have continued to air after multiple seasons. Consider revisiting one of these longest-running scripted TV shows of all time if you're overwhelmed by the plethora of original series on Hulu and Prime Video. Even though numerous news shows and soap operas have lasted longer, the following is a list of the longest-running dramas and sitcoms in American television history. 10. The Simpsons, 1989 to the present. Who'd have guessed that an animated sitcom about a family of jaundiced-looking, accident-prone oddballs would make it this far? The Simpsons are the longest-running prime-time scripted show in history. It follows the Simpsons family, which includes Father Homer, Mother Marge, and children Bart, Lisa, and Maggie, as they navigate the boredom of everyday life. The best animated series of all time and television's crowning achievement regardless of format, according to the AV Club. Its longevity is unrivaled by any other show, with over 700 episodes under its belt. 9. Law & Order Special Victims Unit, 1999 to the present. Law & Order SVU is certainly on your guilty pleasure list if you enjoy a good crime drama. It's also the only live-action primetime television show that hasn't been canceled since its premiere in the 20th century. Olivia Benson, played by Mariska Hargitay, has investigated sex crimes of all kinds and has risen through the ranks of the NYPD's 16th Precinct, from detective to captain, throughout almost 500 episodes. Olivia Benson is the longest-running main character in any live-action primetime show thanks to Law & Order SVU. 8. Gunsmoke, 1955 to 1975. With 635 episodes, Gunsmoke is the longest-running dramatic series in network television history. Set in the 1870s in Dodge City, Kansas, Gunsmoke debuted as a radio show in 1952, moved to television in 1955, and was finally canceled in 1975 after a 20-year run. Gunsmoke, also known as That Old Cowboy Show That Isn't Bonanza, originally called Gun Law, the show began quite gritty, especially for its time, dealing with themes such as violence and drug addiction before becoming more comedic in tone as it progressed. Despite this, the show remained popular throughout its run, with great episodes in each of Gunsmoke's seasons. 7. Law & Order, 1990 to 2010 and 2022. Law & Order had an unquestionably good run, but not without interruptions, unlike its spin-off Law & Order SVU. This popular police procedural spawned 6 spin-offs and a made-for-TV film throughout 20 seasons and 456 episodes. Law & Order were discontinued by NBC in 2010 after 20 years on the air, and after an unsuccessful attempt to sell it to 3 networks, it became a thing of the past. Until 2021, when NBC confirmed that Law & Order would return in 2022 for a new season. There are over 1,000 hours of justice to be viewed from this show alone, with companion shows in many countries creating an extended universe Stan Lee would be proud of. 6. Family Guy, 1999 to the present. It appears that animated sitcoms featuring dysfunctional families are popular with Americans. We're still tuning in to see what type of trouble a wicked infant and an anthropomorphic dog would get into 20 seasons and almost 400 episodes after Family Guy started in 1999. Peter Griffin and his family have been on television for 20 years, and despite being canceled twice, the show has managed to claw its way back onto screens thanks to a devoted fan base and DVD sales. Even though the show has been very formulaic with uninspired plot lines for quite some time, the stories were never really Family Guy's strong point. It was always about the joke and parody rate, which is why it continues to this day. 5. Lassie, 1954 to 1972. Lassie was a 588-episode television series about a devoted canine companion who saved her human family from different dangers. Lassie has been played by 9 different male canines over the years, all of whom were descendants of the original Lassie, whose real name was Pal. Lassie had several owners during the show's run, the most notable of whom were Timmy and Jeff. Lassie, Rin Tin Tin, and Strongheart are the only dogs to have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. 4. South Park, 1997 to present. The ability to change and evolve is the key to South Park's success. Starting as a view of a non-innocent world through the eyes of an innocent, an episode is now written, recorded, and animated within a week of its air date, thanks to technological advancements. This has contributed to the show's status as one of the most up-to-date in contemporary political and pop culture satire. This entails constantly evolving with the times, a strategy that has allowed South Park to become one of the longest-running TV shows of all time. 3. Grey's Anatomy, 2005 to present. If you've ever received medical advice from someone who isn't a doctor, chances are they've been watching Grey's Anatomy for a couple of decades. It's ABC's longest-running scripted primetime show, and it's still one of the most watched series on broadcast television after all these years. We're still excited to see what happens after the surgical interns, residents, and attending physicians scrub in after 18 seasons and over 400 episodes. 2. American Dad, 2005 to present. American Dad has aired 18 seasons since its premiere in 2005, delivering the animated family sitcom that America adores. Republican father with a gigantic chin? Check. Existentially deranged adolescent children? Check. Is your goldfish mistaken for a German elite athlete? Check. Is your alien companion neurotic? You get the picture. 1. CSI Crime Scene Investigation, 2000 to 2015. Someone has been murdered in Las Vegas, but who did it and how did they do it? CSI Crime Scene Investigation is based on this notion. Consult a gas spectrometer and hire an exotic dancer as a blood spatter specialist in the police force, and you've got yourself a forensic crime drama. CSI aired for 15 seasons and 337 episodes of gruesome whodunits. Hope you liked the compilation. Subscribe to us for more Top 10 entertainment content.